Each year, Emerson students put on amazing productions that show some incredible dancing talents. But which dancer is the best of the best? Over the next 90 minutes, 5 of Emerson's dancing elite will compete to answer that very question. But there can only be one winner. This is Emerson in Motion. We have finally arrived. Welcome to Emerson in Motion. I'm your host, Ross Littman. Tonight, 5 dancers will try to prove that they are the best of Emerson. But it's not just about the bragging rights tonight. Emerson Dance Company and Emerson Urban Dance Theater, Emerson's 2 renowned dance companies, will give the winner a featured performance in their spring showcases. The winner will also get to be a part of Emerson Urban Dance Theater's annual photo shoot. But we didn't start with just the 5 dancers you'll be seeing here tonight. Let's take a look at our auditions and how we narrowed it down to your top 5. Over the course of 2 days, students from all majors will audition for a chance to participate in a live dance competition, but only 5 will make the cut. The initial round is broken into 2 styles of dance, jazz and hip-hop. Dancers are required to repeat a choreography taught to them by an instructor. Those who make the cut will then perform a solo piece for the producers during tomorrow's callbacks.
My name is Taylor McMahon, and today I'll be auditioning for jazz. I'm really excited being a freshman here to get involved in the dance community and interacting with EIV. I think it's a really great opportunity to show everyone what the dance community is like. Something that will make me stand out from everyone else is just the innate feeling that I get when I dance, and I really hope to express that to everyone else here today.
My name is Amber Lane, and I just finished my hip-hop audition, and earlier today I did my jazz audition. My jazz audition was great. I had a good time. I felt like I performed well. But in my hip-hop audition, I think I went a little bit too low because I ripped my pants.
I literally just danced out of my pants.
However, I think that I outdanced myself enough to have a strong background for that to hold on to. They're gonna not only remember the fact that I ripped my pants, I think that I did well enough for them to know I'm a good dancer.
My name is Rachel Lindsay, but everybody calls me Sink. I don't know why, but they do. And I'm auditioning for jazz. My biggest competition is probably Taylor. I think that's her name, Taylor. She was amazing, perfect technique. She was great. So I think that's what I've got to look out for.
My name is Kayla Bryan. I came out for jazz today.
I think my audition went really well. I had a lot of fun doing it, so I think that's what matters at this point. But, you know, I just look at every audition experience as something to learn from.
With a long day of auditions here and gone, the dancers now wait for tomorrow's callbacks and the producer's final decision. Welcome to day 2 of Emerson in Motion, the callbacks. 13 dancers made it through the group choreography and into the final round, but only 5 spots are open for the taking. The dancers now face their solo auditions for the producers.
I'm Narelle Cretarolo, and I just got called back for jazz. Today, my choreography showed my strong suits and my fortes in dancing, so since it was my choreography, I put in mostly moves that I could do the best, and so I think that's what made it better. I think I'm going to do pretty well. I've been working really hard my whole life to be the best dancer that I can be, and so I just hope that other people can recognize that too. I could have potential to be in this competition.
My name is Christine, and I just auditioned for hip hop. I'm not like a trained dancer or like a technical dancer, and I've never choreographed a day in my life. So when they were like, "Can you make a 30-second dance?" I was just like, I've never done it before, so it was just really nerve-wracking for me. Well, I guess I just showed a lot of my personality, my attitude, and my style. I was most proud of. Even when I was messing up, I just tried to let my originality, my personality just come out of me, even if I wasn't doing anything really technical.
You say you need me, you say you love me, how come you're leaving? You say you want me, you say you need me.
My name is Ann Whitehead, and I just got called back for hip hop audition. I think my audition went really well, actually. First I was very nervous, but then once I did it the second time, I felt like perfectly at ease. I think I could have maybe been a little bit sharper, but I think overall, I did okay. I'm really interested in starting a dance studio after college. I mean, WLP was my thing, and now it's not really my thing anymore. And if I were chosen as Emerson's best dancer, hopefully people would think that my choreography is good, and maybe that'll translate into something in the future.
Producers have brought the dancers back for the final elimination, and tensions remain high as they wait to find out who will make the cut. Dancers, welcome back. There are 13 of you left. For some, this will be lucky number 13. And for the rest, not so lucky today. The decision has been made, and only 5 of you will be moving on. Based on your group choreography and your solo performance, can I have the following people please step forward? Narelle. Congratulations. You've made it. Taylor. Congratulations. You've also made it. Rachel. Congratulations. Christine. Congratulations. One final spot. Amber. Congratulations. To the 5 of you, congratulations. You are the final 5 for this year's Emerson in Motion. For the rest of you, thank you for coming, but we ask at this time that you please leave the studio. To the 5 of you, congratulations. Your road to Emerson in Motion starts right now with our very first challenge. Next to me, I have one event and an emotion. One at a time, each of you will pick one event and one emotion. With this challenge, we want a story to be told from the event and the emotion that you select. We want a narrative to be displayed in your performance. Now, we randomly selected the order that you will be picking. And Rachel, you're going first.
Reunion. And anger.
Reunion and anger. I think you could do something very good with that. Taylor, you are next.
I have hope and matrimony.
Let's hope you can figure something out with that. Narelle, you are next.
I've got lust and death.
Interesting. Christine?
I have addiction and paranoia.
Amber, you are the last to pick. There's only one event and one emotion left.
I have breakup and joy. That's my name.
Well, now you each have an event and you each have an emotion. But the challenge doesn't end just there. Now that you have your event and emotion, you can start preparing your piece. But there's one more fact that you all need to know. This will not be a solo performance. Each of you will be putting together a group of your choosing to create this performance, and you will be choreographing it. The 5 of you have been selected. We wish you the best of luck, and congratulations once more because the road to Emerson in Motion has started. That's your top 5, Rachel Lindsay, Taylor McMahon, Norel Cretarolo, Amber Lane, and Christine Clayton. Now that we've met our dancers, it's time to meet our panel of judges. First, we have Betsy Graves. She's the director of Urbanity Dance. Betsy has taught classes at Harvard University, Boston College, Boston Ballet, and has toured all across the U.S. Betsy, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
Heather Emily is the artistic director of the Lynx Dance Studio and the Enigmatic Contemporary Dance Company. She has worked with the Adagio Dance Company, Boston Dance Alliance, and many other companies and teams. Thank you for being with us tonight. Finally, our last judge is Mac Joseph. He's a b-boy dancer and teaches street dance at the Brookline Academy of Dance. He also founded Kids Jam, an enrichment event where kids can express their unique talents. Thank you all 3 for being with us tonight. It's going to be quite the ride. Now, these judges will be with us throughout the night, giving their critiques to our dancers along the way. But during the first round, the power to determine the 3 dancers that advances belongs to you, the viewer at home. Once we eliminate the first 2, it will then be up to our judges to determine who will win Emerson in Motion. But before we get there, our correspondent Jordan Moncada is standing by. She's going to tell us how our first round will work. Jordan, I'm already excited for the night.
Excited too. Hello, Ross, and hello, everybody. Our dancers are ready to show us everything they've got and blow us all away. But unfortunately, only 3 will be able to advance to the next round. After all 5 dancers perform tonight, the lines will be open for your text message votes. Those votes will determine who moves on to go after the top spot and who stays behind. Keep your phones by you, but be warned, I have a feeling that it's going to be a very tough call. Back to you, Ross.
Couldn't agree more, Jordan. It's going to be a tough call indeed. Don't go too far because when we come back, we'll have our very first performance of the night, Emerson in Motion. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're about to see our first dancer of the night. She's a senior writing for film and television major trained in multiple styles of dance. Her dance tonight was inspired by the themes of reunion and anger. Let's meet Rachel Lindsay.
My name is Rachel Lindsay, and my style of dance is primarily contemporary. When I first started dancing, it was really just because my 2 older sisters were dancing and I wanted to be just like them. So I started taking classes, first ballet, and then it just kept going and going, and I ended up dancing maybe even more than they did. The most memorable moment in casting for me was just sitting in the waiting room with all the dancers and stretching with them, and we ended up actually just circling up and joking around and getting to know each other without having anyone force us to get to know one another. I think that was really rewarding for me and ended up being the most fun of my day, just making new friends. This is a great opportunity on the one hand because I get to really see what I'm capable of in terms of choreographing. I'm very green and new to that, so we'll see how that pans out. My biggest competition is probably Taylor. She is amazing. I think that she has some real fire and amazing technique as well. Winning Emerson in Motion would be the world to me because I love dancing, and I think that it's not about being the best. I will always feel like first and foremost, I am a dancer, and I'm A-okay with that.
On the first page of a story, the future seemed so bright. Then this thing turned out so evil. I don't know why I'm still surprised. Even angels have their wicked schemes, and you take that to new extremes. But you'll always be my hero, even though you've lost your mind.
I can't tell you what it really is, I can only tell you what it feels like. And right now it's a steel knife in my windpipe. I can't breathe but I still fight, while I can fight. As long as the wrong feels right, it's like I'm in flight. Where you going? I'm leaving you. No you ain't, come back, we're running right back. Here we go again, it's so insane, cause when it's going good it's going great. I'm Superman with the wind in his back. She's Lois Lane, but when it's bad it's awful. I feel so ashamed, I snap, who's that dude? I don't even know his name, I laid hands on him. I never stoop so low again, I guess I don't know my own strength.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. But that's alright, because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. But that's alright, because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
Rachel Lindsay, everybody, give it up for Rachel, our very first performer of the night. Rachel, being the very first person to start the entire show, did you feel any added pressure with that?
A little bit. I think it's more just setting the stage, though, which is more fun for me.
So being the table setter, you were able to start things off. Let's see what our judges thought of the opening performance for Rachel. Betsy, why don't you start us off?
Well, Rachel, it was really beautiful. I felt like the emotions were literally just emanating out of your limbs, and I feel like that's, the difference between a dancer and an artist. I also think, really creative choreography. I love, as a judge, being, oh, it's gonna come next. So it was really unexpected, beautiful suspension and lifts. My only comment would be that the flowers in the beginning, I would love for the toss to be choreographed a little bit more fluidly with the rest of the work. But loved how you combined the two, reunion and anger, so great work.
Thank you.
All right, Heather, what do you have to say?
I agree. I absolutely loved it. Great way to open the show. Few comments. The sock. I just felt like I was more drawn to your foot with the sock. I don't know if it was something that was, assisting your pirouettes, or if that was, what you wanted costume-wise. I did think that you had such good emotion. I thought that I wanted to see your face a little more. I felt your hair was always like a little bit in your face. I just wanted to see your eyes, because when I did, I just felt like you really showed what you were trying to portray, which was great. So amazing job, and a wonderful choice and partner as well.
And then finally, Mac, what are your thoughts?
Well, I don't know about my two other judges here, but I definitely saw a sync tonight. I definitely saw a sync. So I was very, very impressed from the acrobatic flips. All of that was just, it was really nice. Like you were just on beat on everything. The drag on the floor, everything was on point. So in my eyes,
a lot of very nice words to start. Thank you very much. We will see you in just a little bit, Rachel. So thank you, judges, for that feedback. And again, thank you to Rachel. But now it's time to move on to our second dancer of the night. She's a freshman communication sciences and disorders major with over 15 years of both amateur and professional dance experience. Matrimony and hope are her themes for tonight. Say hello to Taylor McMahon.
My name is Taylor, and my main style of dance is contemporary. The thing that got me started in dancing was ultimately my mom just signing me up, so I started dancing when I was 3. Dancing has always been a passion for me. I have tried other things, but I've always resorted back to dance, and it will always be a part of my life. Nouveau Teen Breakout Artist is the actual title. I went to a regional competition and placed the highest reward there. And from there, I went to the national level, and I had the highest overall score, and the reward of receiving that title is something truly extraordinary. I think that my biggest competitor is Rachel. She has a lot to offer too, so she would definitely be a competition to me just because I can see the same passion that I see within myself in her dancing. Something that I always aim to project is that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to admit something that you might not usually express to someone in regular conversation. It's a nice way to embody all of the emotions that I may not be able to articulate with my words. And when you are in a hard point in your life, it's nice to be in this one place where you can just let all of that go.
My eyes and I smile, knowing that everything is alright. To the core, so close that door. Is this happening? And I knew it from the start, so my arms are open wide. Your head is on my stomach and we're trying so hard not to fall asleep. Here we are on this 18th floor balcony, we're both flying away. So we talk about moms and dads, about family pasts, just getting to know where we came from. Our hearts were on display for all to see. I can't believe this is happening to me, and that's when I felt the wind pick up. I grabbed the rail while choking up these words to say, and then you kissed me. Yeah. I knew it from the start. My arms are open wide. Your head is on my stomach, and we're trying so hard not to fall asleep. Here we are on this 18th floor balcony, we both flying away.
Taylor McMahon, everybody. That was such a nice, warm, happy experience to be able to watch. Take us through, randomly chosen, matrimony and hope. How were you able to bring it all together?
When I found out those two words, instantly I thought of a young couple being very hopeful of their future, and with that, eventually matrimony and sharing the rest of their lives together.
It's a very nice message.
Thank you.
Let's see what the judges had to say. Let's start with Heather.
Taylor, I think that you couldn't have put it into better words yourself that you just did. I totally felt the connection between your partner and yourself, and I felt love, and I felt the joy, and something, especially you wearing white, perfect choice for costume to just, show like a marriage, a union. I thought you have great control. Your partner lifts you up and you're just like suspended, and I love that you even choreographed every fingertip, every movement through your feet, which I loved. Also just like the connection that you had, like you're moving, you're breathing with each other, and then you're just like connecting and watching each other is great.
Very open message is what we're kind of getting across there. Mac, what did you have to say for this performance?
It was as if you guys were not even dancing on stage. You guys were dancing on clouds, literally.
Thank you so much.
And, like Heather said, you guys had a unison when you were dancing, and I think that's very important when you're dancing together with a partner. You have to be with them and dancing along with them, and you kept your speed with him. So
Thank you.
It's definitely coming across. Finally, Betsy, what'd you have to say?
Taylor, you're just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful technique, great suspension, great extension. I love seeing all the legs and great articulation of the feet. You just have such a joyful joyful smile, and it's a presence that I think is really great for the audience. My only critique would be I would love to see a little bit of more contrasting emotions. So playing with this great big smile, but maybe saving it to one part of the dance and kind of varying up the emotions a little bit.
A lot of praise to start for you, Taylor. You must be feeling good about that. We'll see you in just a bit. It's very well done by Taylor, but now our next performer is Norel Cretarolo. She's a sophomore communication studies major. She's learned everything from jazz to ballet and has been in various Emerson productions. Her themes of death and lust will be seen on the stage here tonight. Let's see how she prepared to dance to the top.
My name is Narelle Cretarolo, and I'm a jazz dancer. I've been dancing pretty much all my life. I started when I was 3 years old at Haverhill Dance Center in Haverhill, Massachusetts. It's where I grew up. Strive to perfect my technique, and I am dedicated to it, and I put a lot of time and effort into it. I'm trying to get my name out there in the Emerson community as a good dancer, and I'd like to be known for my dedication and my strength in dance. I want the viewers to know that I'm really funny. I do impressions. Usually I imitate famous people. A couple of my most famous impressions are Sarah Palin, and I do a little Hermione Granger now and then, and you'll just have to wait and see for more. I am trying my hardest to be the best dancer that I can be, and I hope that they see that too. When I look out into the audience, I want people to look at me. I want them to see that I'm a good dancer, and I want them to say, wow, look at that, she's good.
I completely blacked out. I can't remember a thing. It wasn't until later, when I was washing the blood off my hands, I even knew they were dead. They had it coming! They had it coming! They had it coming all along. I didn't do it, but if I'd done it, how could you tell me that I was wrong? I'm a dirty bomb, bomb, bomb. I'm a dirty bomb, bomb, bomb. They had it coming! 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 Because if they use us, if they use us, they abuse us, they abuse us. Could you tell us that we were wrong? He had it coming! He had it coming! He had it coming! He had it coming! He only had it coming straight to the shade. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same.
Pop that gum.
Single
One
my
more
ass
time.
10 times.
Merde, c'est quoi, Uncle
Number
Sam?
17, the spread eagle.
Differences.
Narelle Cretarolo, everyone. Now, my musical theater knowledge is not as good as it used to be, but I believe that's Chicago, right?
Chicago,
Well, how did you come up with that?
Well, my two factors at auditions were death and lust. Immediately, I thought of a murder from Chicago.
Very fitting choice. So let's see what our judges had to say. Let's start with Mac this time.
I think you did a really great job, and I saw that you wore the black dress to represent that. It was very, very smart to do that. But what I suggest more is just more interaction. I want to see more interaction with you and your partner, because at this point of the competition, a lot of people are starting to really combine their movements with their partner. So just want to see more of that.
All right, let's see. Betsy, what did you think?
I agree with that. I think I would have loved to see more interaction with your partner as well. I love going back to some more old school classic jazz moves. It's really fun. Chicago is a great choice. Dramatic ending, loved it. For me, I would really have loved to see a little bit more clean lines. So really pulled up knees, and going back to those classic jazz moves means that you really have to have that articulation through the foot and really accentuating those lines. But overall, great work.
And then finally, Heather, your thoughts.
I agree with both my judges. I think that your performance was great. I think it was very, very smart and safe at the same time to pick this song to represent what you have chosen, Death and Lust. So I almost wanted to see either go totally with the style that we're familiar with or totally out of the box. So just to keep in mind, maybe just like show your personality more and connect with the audience.
A bit of a wavering we're seeing there. Norel, thank you so much for your performance. We'll see you in just a bit. We've seen 3 dances so far. Our last 2 dances are still coming up, which means our lines to vote have not opened yet. You must wait until all 5 performers have gone on. Emerson in Motion. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Emerson in Motion. 3 of our performers have already put on some spectacular performances. I have no doubt our final 2 will rise to the challenge. But before that, let's check in with Jordan. She is standing by with our first 3 dancers who I imagine are pretty tired, Jordan.
They're pretty tired. Norel is still panting right now. She literally just got off stage. I'm here with the lovely performers, Rachel, Taylor, and Norel. Ladies, you did a fantastic job. All very different performances, but amazing nonetheless. So how do you think your performances went?
I think they went well. I think we were all very excited tonight, so it feels like it was a good run.
Taylor, what about you?
I think it was wonderful to actually be in front of the live audience as well, to really pull out our performance as best as we can. So I think it went well.
Did the audiences enhance your performance tonight?
Yeah, I think it creates a focus point and really brings up the energy.
Definitely. And Norel, the judges were a little bit more critical tonight of the 3 of you, but how do you think that went? Do you think you're going to bring that to hopefully your next dance that you get to do?
Yeah, I'd hopefully like to show them more of what they had suggested to me, because a lot of the suggestions they made I could incorporate in the solo. But I take all their criticism as constructive, so I appreciate all of it.
And that's the best way to do it. So thank you guys for being here, and I'm dying to see what our last 2 dancers have in store for us. Ross, what do you have?
Oh, you're certainly in for a treat, Jordan. The next dancer up is a sophomore marketing communications major with a love for hip-hop. Joy and breakups are her key words tonight. Let's see what Amber Lane has done so far to prepare for her dance.
My name is Amber Lane, and I am a hip-hop dancer. I took piano for like 5 years, but every year at the recital, when I'd start to play, the piano faced away from the audience, right? So I'd sit there and I'd start to play, and I would always like turn back to like face everybody else and smile. And my teacher was just like, to my parents, she's like, you gotta get this girl on a stage. She doesn't belong facing away from all the audience. So then I got put in dance, and then I've been dancing ever since. I don't think anybody in my family would predict that my favorite style would be hip hop, but I love it. I love hip hop, I love jazz. I love any kind of style where I feel like I can express myself the most. My biggest challenge is definitely going to be the choreography, because I am a dancer and I'm not used to making up my own routines. My biggest competitor is definitely going to be Rachel. She has a great quality of movement about her. She's really good. It is hard not knowing a lot of people being a transfer, but I'm really hoping that this will get my name out. I'm hoping that based off of my first performance, which is the group piece, that it's good enough for people to be like, I don't know her, but I want to know her.
Shout to all my boss boys. Shout to all my boss boys. We rowdy. Shout to all my boss boys. Shout to all my boss boys. We rowdy. Shout to all my boss boys. Shout to all my boss boys. We rowdy. Shout to all my boss boys. Shout to all my boss boys. When you're ready, bass. When you're ready. You're ready. Bass. You're ready. You're ready. Boss boys, shout to all my boss boys. We rowdy. Shout to all my boss boys. 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 We rowdy. Shout to all my boss boys. When you're ready, bass.
everybody. Amber, great job. Now, I noticed at one point you did the thing with the arms, and what is that? That's called tutting. I'm learning. I'm still learning. How do I do that?
Yeah, clap and
Clap. And
Had
bring.
it hard to do the microphone.
We'll try it afterwards. Let's hear from our judges first. Let's start with Heather this time.
I really like watching you. What I love about you is that you can see that you're so joyful in what you do, and it like emanates through your face, and you have such a cute personality and like a little like comedic twist to it, which is really fun to watch. Great job.
Thank you.
Let's go to Mac now.
I think you did a great job. Again, the tutting was on point, which I really liked because I'm a hip hop person. But other than that, I felt that you worked with your partner very well. The props, I loved it. Everything was great. And the hair actually helped give the whole dubstep feeling. So great job.
See, Mac and I are on the same page with the tutting. We both liked it. Finally, Betsy, your thoughts.
Best breakup ever. Really fun expressions. I love how your expressions just continue to change, and I really feel like you're living it when you're dancing. So it just seems very genuine to me, and even though your expressions are varying, they just keep changing. They seem very authentic. So really great work. It was very fun.
Thank you very much.
All right, some good critiques so far. Amber, we will see you in just a bit. Thanks for your performance. And that leaves only one, Christine Clayton. She's a sophomore television production major with a minor in, guess what? Dance. Her themes for tonight are addiction and paranoia. Let's find out how she has prepared for tonight. Let's take a look.
My name is Christine Clayton, and my style of dance is hip-hop. What got me interested in hip-hop was when I was younger, my cousin used to dance, and I would just watch her, and I'd be like, I want to dance like that too. And I just wasn't very good at it. And as I got older, I just watched a lot of things. I never actually did it, but I just watched. And then high school, I actually started to dance a little bit more, and I realized I really liked it. So I guess that's what started everything. I think what gives me an edge is my personality, because since I'm not like a trained dancer, I haven't had the experience of having a lot of different dance teachers like mold me into someone. I kind of just molded myself. So I don't really have like, oh, I learned from this person, I learned from this person, you know what I mean? I just kind of like did it myself. I don't think I have like a biggest competition because all of them are just so good. I think what motivates me as a dancer is I just like learning new things. And it's fun, like it's just an expression, like you could just express yourself, you could do whatever you want with your body. I just love to dance, but I'm not like a trained or experienced dancer. But that doesn't mean that I don't like it. I don't love it just as much as the other girls do. People are surprised when I say that I haven't been trained. It's like, I really haven't. It's not, I just didn't have the time really, or the money growing up to really, do it. In the end, I still love to do it. It's still what makes me happy.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous, I'm falling. There's no escape, I can't wait. I need a hit, baby, give me it. You're dangerous, I'm loving it. Too high, can't come down. Losing my head, spinning round and round. Do you feel me now? With a taste of your lips, I'm all around. You're toxic, I'm slipping away. Taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? And I love what you do. Don't you know that you're toxic? Taste of your lips, I'm on the road. You're toxic, I'm slipping away. Taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? Taste of your lips, I'm all around. You're toxic, I'm slipping toxic. Taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic?
Christine Clayton, everybody. Christine our final contestant of the night. Christine, I think I figured out what was going on with that performance. Were you both fighting over a boy?
Yeah. Allie and Gabe were dating, and I'm like in love with him, and we're having like a secret affair. And I'm like paranoid that Allie's gonna find out, so that was basically the story.
All right, sounds like a pretty good story. Let's see what our judges thought of the performance. Betsy, let's start with you.
So Christine, really great job. Thank you so much for sharing. It's funny that you mentioned that you don't feel like you're a trained dancer, because I feel like watching you, you have this passion that's just so clear, and that's something, as a dance teacher myself, like I just can't teach my students that, so that's something that you really have going for you. I also love that it was a trio, and I love that you told a story, very clear story. I would have loved to see a little bit more choreography with the other woman, and just playing a little bit more with your relationship with her.
A little bit of criticism there, but that never hurt anybody. Heather, what are your thoughts?
I have to be honest, I was so excited when I saw what you chose, just the addiction, the paranoia. I'm like, yes, something dark, something like really deep. I felt like it was just a little bit juvenile, you know? I wanted to see something a little bit more raw, I would think.
And finally, Mac, your thoughts?
I did like the fact that you didn't stick to like a straightforward boxed-in choreography. Kind of went outside the box and just did a lot of chasing, but the problem was too much chasing and not enough actual like dance moves. There were tricks here and there, but that's basically what I want to say. I want to see some more actual like straight, hardcore, actual moves. So.
All right, so those are their thoughts. Christine, thank you for performing, and we will be seeing you in just a bit. That concludes our first round of performances. Let's give it up one more time for our 5 dancers. We have seen some great dances and heard a lot of tough critiques. Each dancer brought their own unique talents and styles. Unfortunately, we have no choice but to cut 2 of our dancers, and it's almost time for you at home to decide who. Here's how you can vote. Text DANCER to 69302. You'll receive a reply asking you to text back the number of the dancer that you want to see move on to the next round. Choose wisely, as you can only vote for 1. The numbers are text 1 for Rachel Lindsay, text 2 for Taylor McMahon, 3 for Norel Cretarolo, 4 for Amber Lane, and 5 for Christine Clayton. And with that, our lines have officially opened. But before you send in your vote, let's take a look back at tonight's performances.
Text DANCER to 69302. Rachel Lindsay. Taylor McMahon. Norel Cretarolo. Amber Lane. Christine Clayton.
Remember, we are officially accepting your text message votes. Get them in fast, because the fate of these 5 dancers is in your hands. Coming up, we'll check in with Amber Lane and Christine Clayton, as well as witness a very special performance by the Emerson Dance Company. Emerson in Motion. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Keep sending those votes in because time is running out. For now, though, let's check in with Jordan to see how Amber and Christine are doing again. Probably pretty tired.
They're pretty tired, just like everyone else, but they're doing great. Thank you, Ross. I'm here with Amber Lane and Christine Clayton. Their performances happened only moments ago, but ladies, I am still feeling chills. You guys are fantastic. How do you think your performances went?
I think it went well. It's so great to see all your hard work come to life, and that feeling that you get on stage, it's like no other.
Christine, what about you?
I'm like never really satisfied with what I actually do, but honestly, a lot of hard work went into this, but I think it showed in the performance.
Definitely. And Christine, I think something that not the viewers or the judges know is that you've been sick this whole week, but you persevered. How do you think that affected your performance?
I was definitely really tired when I just did that. Like halfway through, I was like, oh my God, but you know, I don't think people could tell, but yeah, I've been pretty sick.
Girl, I couldn't tell. And what about you, Amber? You had a pretty tough dance. Did you face any challenges when choreographing it?
Yeah, I can't believe I made a dance that was this hard. It was actually kind of ridiculous, but the hardest part is just keeping up the energy. But again, the adrenaline you get when you're on stage, you just pull through.
I'm feeling the adrenaline, and I think the audience is too. But best of luck to you guys. Back to you, Ross.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Voting is almost over. While you get those last-minute votes in, we have a very special performance for you tonight. It's by one of the 2 organizations that our dancers have been fighting so very hard to be a part of. Please welcome Brianna Brochu, Lauren Kelly, and Ashley Mayetta of the Emerson Dance Company.
keep talking about heaven and glory, but on your face is a different story. Clean up your act, your story's getting dusty. Wash out your mouth, your lies are getting rusty. Can't believe nothing you say, 'cause I'm around and I see what you do. You know y'all funkier than a mosquito's tweeter. You got a mouth like a herd of gold weavers. Same old thing, same old game. You never change, always rapping about the same old thing. Blowing minds is a thing of the past. You blew your chance, that's why you never last. You wanna be a graduated lover, but in reality you just another brother. You think you're slick, but you could stand a lot of greasing. The things you do ain't never really pleasing. You think you're slick, but you could stand a lot of greasing. The things you do ain't never really pleasing.
Emerson Dance Company, everybody. Ashley, Lauren, Brianna, thank you so much for being a part of tonight's show. And of course, we have to thank the Emerson Dance Company. Without them, Emerson in Motion would not be possible because, of course, that ultimate prize to be a part of their spring showcase is on the line. And that brings us to right now in the show. It's time for me to bring our 5 dancers back and see who will make the cut. If I could have my 5 dancers, please join us on the stage. Before we go any further, I just want to congratulate each and every one of you for making it this far in the competition. You should all be extremely proud, but the audience at home has cast their votes and a decision has been made as to who will be moving on. I will call 3 names out. Each of those names will join me on this side of the stage. Those are the 3 dancers moving on. The 2 names that I do not call will be going home. Best of luck to you. The first dancer moving on, Rachel. Our second contestant moving on, Taylor. And finally, our last dancer moving on is Amber. To the 3 of you, congratulations. Narelle, Christine, amazing job, but unfortunately your night ends here. If you could go back to the back, we'd appreciate it. And so we only had Rachel, Taylor, and Amber left. Our finalists are moving on. Are you ready for the challenges? Ready. Coming up, they'll have unique challenges, and of course, it will be our judges deciding the fate of Emerson in Motion's winner. We'll be back after this commercial. Welcome back. For those of you just joining us, Christine Clayton and Narelle Cretarolo have been eliminated from the competition. We are now going to go to Jordan Moncada. She is standing by with those 2. Let's see how they're feeling after they were eliminated.
Thanks, Ross. I'm here with Christine and Narelle, 2 contestants who were just recently eliminated, but they did an amazing job, and you ladies worked so hard, so thank you so much for everything you've done. Is there anything you think you could have done so maybe you wouldn't have been eliminated?
The judges were right, and they critiqued me. They said that they wished there was more choreography, and they're right. Like, it was so much of a narrative that they didn't really get to see what I could actually do with hip-hop. So I think that would have helped, but yeah.
Narelle, what about you?
I think I did the best performance I could have done, so I mean, I'm happy with my work and what I did.
Definitely. So is there any advice that you could give to the contestants now so maybe that they could survive in the competition with these judges giving them the harsh critique?
Honestly, they're so great at what they do that they just need to keep doing what they're doing. You know, keep the energy up, the adrenaline, and they'll be fine.
Well, thank you, ladies, and great job again. Have a great night. Ross, let's find out what our new challenge is for our final 3 contestants.
All right, thank you, Jordan. I'll explain that right now. In this next round, our dancers won't be dancing to a song of their own choice. They will have to perform a routine set to a #1 Billboard Hot 100 single from the past 10 years. Can Rachel Lindsay rise to this enormous task? We're about to find out.
So I got a call when I was at work about the second challenge that we're doing. I was given Hanging by a Moment by Lifehouse as my song, and I'm choreographing 2 minutes to that piece as a solo. I think that it's going to be a challenge for me to find a way to create a narrative out of that. My proudest moment as a dancer was winning a top solo award at a competition, and that was really exciting just because, you know, you're in this scenario where you have to be competing against people your own age, and I got this big trophy, and I felt so special. But I think that was just a good indication that, you know, I am somewhat okay at what I do, or at least somebody thinks so. Dance for me is an art form that you can really choose to express yourself or embody some emotion that you don't necessarily get to do when you're just acting or singing or something. It's like, it's using your entire body. And I think that that's the really, truly rewarding thing for me, is that it's, you know, exercise, but it has a purpose. When I'm on stage and I'm performing, I feel utterly alive. You're doing it totally non-verbally. And I think that that's so great, and just, you can't really replace that with any other form of communication.
Desperate for changing, starving for truth. I'm closer to where I started, I'm chasing after you. I'm falling even more in love with you, letting go of all I've held on to. I'm standing here until you make me move. I'm hanging by a moment here with you, forgetting all I'm lacking, completely incomplete. I'll take your invitation, you take all of me now. I'm falling even more in love with you, letting go of all I've held on to. I'm standing here until you make me move. I'm hanging by a moment here with you. I'm living for the only thing I know. I'm running in a crash, where to go, and I don't know what I'm diving into. Just staying by a moment here with you. There's nothing else to lose, there's nothing else to find. There's nothing in the world that can change my mind. There's nothing else. Hanging by a moment, hanging by a moment, hanging by a moment, hanging by a moment here with you.
Rachel Lindsay, everybody. Rachel Lindsay. Oh, thank you for the flowers. Oh, I want to take the time. I want to go right to the judges. After all, they are deciding your fate here tonight. Let's start with Mac.
I think I'm gonna have to get one of those flowers. We're gonna have to match, so I need one. Great performance. I know. Again, you went first. You set the bar again. So excellent job. That handstand was on point. You were interactive with the crowd. Like you did everything a performer is supposed to do. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
Let's go to Betsy.
I could tell you definitely feel alive when you're on stage, so true. I think the tricks were great. You definitely appealed to the audience with the wow factor tricks. I love seeing that you know some gymnastics. I would have loved to see a little bit more continuity or circularity in and out of the tricks. I think that the first piece that you did was so intricate with the choreography, and I would have loved to see just a little bit more creativity with the choreography.
And finally, Heather.
You know, I love that I can see your face now, so thank you very much. You just have, like, your eyes light up. Like, when you, like, came and you ran forward and you're just, like, reaching out, you're throwing flowers, I was just like, yes, that is what I wanted to see, so thank you so much for that. Great job.
Emotionally captivating is what I'm getting from them. Rachel, thank you so much for your performance.
Thank you.
And again,
Thank you.
we'll see you in just a bit. Now, great start for Rachel Lindsay to start off the second round. Let's see how our other two contestants are going to match that. We will find out right after this commercial break. Welcome back to Emerson in Motion. Things are getting very heated up in here. Our second finalist is getting ready for her dance, but let's see how Taylor McMahon is, or actually, let's first check in with Rachel Lindsay. She's standing by with Jordan.
That's right, Ross. Thank you. I'm here with Rachel. Rachel, you just performed and you did a fantastic job, as always. You actually transform into a completely different person when you get on stage. What do you do that inspires you once you get on?
I think it's really just about embodying what that music is and becoming a character in a way. So that's what's really fun for me, is it's that I get to become an entirely different person.
Definitely. Well, good luck to you. We're very excited to see the fate of you contestants. Take it away, Ross.
Thank you, Jordan. Our next finalist fought her way into the second round with some spectacular moves, but is Taylor McMahon ready to take on Emerson in Motion's unique challenges? Let's find out.
When I found out that I was getting Irreplaceable by Beyonce, I was really excited because, I mean, I love Beyonce. I think everything that she stands for is so awesome. It's going to challenge me because I really enjoy contemporary movement, but being trained in everything else, I do have a little bootylicious, I guess you could say. Whenever I try to put something on the stage, I try to create a more wholesome approach. My movement may not be so clear-cut and technical in its vocabulary, but more so in the effect that the audience gets after watching. My greatest strengths first as a dancer would be my ballet training. I have trained very strictly within my 15 years of dancing. I have a very strong awareness of my body so that it is natural to me when I'm moving. Kind of conversely, a weakness would be that I want to perfect all of that, and it's sometimes out of my control. In relation to my career path with communication sciences and disorders, I have actually mentored a young girl who has Down syndrome, and she expresses a lot of her feelings that she may not be able to express verbally through dance. Even in helping those who cannot express verbally, whether it be abled or disabled people, I think that dance is something that we can resort to in order to release that stress, release that tension, and communicate with others.
To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. In the closet, that's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, nigga, please don't touch. And keep talking and mess, that's fine. But could you walk and talk at the same time? And it's my name that's on that tag. So remove your bag, let me call you a cab. Standing in the front yard, telling me how I'm such a fool. Talking about I'll never ever find a man like you. You got me twisted. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I could have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute, baby. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I can have another you by tomorrow. So don't you ever for a second get to thinking you're irreplaceable. So since I'm not your everything, how about I'll be nothing, nothing at all to you? Baby, I won't shed a tear for you. Shed a tear. I won't lose a wink of sleep. 'Cause the truth of the matter is, replacing you is so easy. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. To the left, to the left. Don't you ever for a second get to thinking you're irreplaceable.
Taylor McMahon, great job. Let's go to the left over here to talk to our judges for a minute. Excellent job. Tired, how are you feeling right now? What's going through your mind?
Well, breathe and inhale, exhale. I'm very excited to have showed that to the audience as well as everyone that's watching, and I hope the judges receive that well.
Well, most importantly, let's see how the judges felt about it. Let's start with Heather.
Number one, beautiful lines, beautiful control over your turns, beautiful, beautiful. Win or lose in this competition, I just want you to continue dancing because I think you have a very beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Very well said. Mac, your thoughts?
Same here. Everything was perfectly sharp. I loved everything of it, and I love the attitude that you had, giving Beyonce's music justice. So, very good job.
And finally, Betsy, your thoughts?
I could have watched it all day. It was really dynamic movement. I love how you articulated the track, so great work.
And then finally, what would it mean for you to win Emerson in Motion?
I think winning Emerson in Motion would really challenge and move my dancing in a new direction. Being on live TV is something very different that I've yet to experience, and today I did.
Well, you've been great so far, and again, we'll see you in just a bit. Thank you again to Taylor McMahon. We will check in with her in a moment it's time to get our last dancer in, but Emerson in motion. We'll be right back. Two down and only one to go. Amber Lane is getting ready to blow us all away, but before that, Jordan is standing by with Taylor McMahon. Let's see how she is doing. Jordan.
Thanks, Ross. I'm here with Taylor, who was just winding down from her dance that she just did. She finally caught up with her breath. Taylor, you were sassy on stage, channeling your inner Beyonce. How do you think you did?
It's something that I try not to let come over me too often, but when I do get a chance to do it, I go all out.
Well, I loved it, and I hope the audience loved it as well. So, Ross, back to you. Let's see what Amber's going to do for us.
Alrighty, that leaves just our final dancer of the night. We've seen two dancers deal with the pressure of choreographing on very high and unusual circumstances on the spot. But let's see how Amber Lane will follow up. She's literally shaking, just getting ready to go out here. Let's see how she prepared.
For our solo, they gave us a song that we have to choreograph 2 minutes of any style of dance we want. The song they gave me was Low by Flo Rida. I mean, hopefully I don't get too low, because obviously I have a track record with that. My greatest strengths as a dancer are my performance abilities. My technique isn't as good as some of my fellow dancers, but I have a great stage presence because I love to perform, and when I'm on stage, like, I think that really shows. It doesn't really matter what I'm doing on a stage, to be honest. So, you know, dancing is one thing that I like to do, but whenever I'm on a stage, it's a platform to show people, this is what I do, this is who I am, who Amber Joy Lane is, and it's because of that feeling that you get when you're performing and you feel the energy from an audience and you're there and the lights are on you and it's just your moment. That feeling is like no other. There's nothing else that I do that I can get that feeling. Dancing is the one element of my life that I can attribute no stress to. I don't want ever to be stressed about dancing. That's why in middle school I would get graded for dance, and I hated it. I was like, this stinks. This is what I love to do. I don't want to be graded for it. I always have done it as my relief of stress. It's the only place I can go to get out of my head and just be in the moment.
To get you home, my jeans full of guap and they ready for shows. Got a Lex Maybach for the sexy grown. Put tone on the rocks that'll make you moan. 1 step, come on, 2 steps, come on, 3 steps, come on. Now that's $3 grand. What you think I'm playing, baby girl? I'm the man. I did a rubber band. That's when I told her legs on my shoulder. I knew it was over. That Henny and Cola got me like a soldier. She ready for Rover. I couldn't control her. So lucky on me, I was just like a clover. Shorty was hot like a toaster. Sorry, but I had to fold her like a pornography poster. She showed her.
Amber Lane, our final performance of the night. Amber, let's just together one time. That smile, that really over the top smile. Like, can we just do that together one time? All right, ready? That was pretty good. All right, let's see what our judges had to say, though. All right, let's start with Mac, because Mac, you were just bobbing your head the entire time.
I was feeling it because it's hip hop, and hip hop is mainly about the expression, the fact that you're openly expressing yourself. And I think that's what's gracing you through this competition right now, is that you're using that open expression to kind of grace through all these songs and everything. So I think that's your strong suit, and I think you did a good job with it today.
Thank you.
All right, Betsy, your thoughts?
Your personality just comes alive on stage, and you're just such a joy to watch. Thank you so much. I'm not very experienced with hip hop, but I love to watch it. So great work.
Thank you.
And finally, Heather, your thoughts?
Well, I'm glad that your pants didn't rip this time, so great job. And like, you just remind me of this like librarian. You take your hair out, you take your shirt off, and you just go wild. I loved it. Thank you.
All right, Amber, thank you so much for performing, but it's time for me and the judges to have some time together. Now that all three of our contestants have performed, it's time to find out our judges' honest opinions, and I want to start with Mac. Your overall impressions on the night.
Well, all the ladies have basically showed me that obviously they can dance, they can move, they can express themselves. But what's going to come down to is if they can combine all those aspects together very well, so that everyone can understand where they're coming from with their choreography. So,
Betsy, based on your background, it seems like you've been trying to really bridge together the creativity, but the technicality, that these dancers have demonstrated. How well do you think the dancers tonight have achieved that?
I think all three are great. They all have very different strengths. So it'll be interesting to see, what the end results end up being. But I think a great dancer is someone who has the the technical ability, but can also really have the performance expression. And that's what really makes an artist.
And Heather, entering the night, what were your expectations for these dancers, and did they underperform them? Did they overperform them? What were your thoughts?
No, I think everybody did great. What I was expecting, I just want to see who they were. I mean, I came in here, I don't know them, and I wanted them to show me their personality and what they mean and what dance means to them. So I think overall everyone did a great job, and I was, really excited to see it though.
I think that's most important in this competition, is showing who you really are. Betsy and Mac, I just want you to contribute to this. Do you feel that they really demonstrated who they are, their personalities, what it means for them to be dancing?
I think a lot of them did. It just took a while in their dance to really show us that. But once most of them that got a chance to perform the second time really just got comfortable with the stage, and they got comfortable with really performing in front of all of us. So I think they did a good job expressing themselves that way.
Yeah, I agree. I think we really got the flavor of their personalities.
That's fantastic. Thank you all for your input tonight. And now here's the hard part of the show. Who will be the victor of Emerson in Motion and get those featured performances? We will find out after this. Welcome back to Emerson in Motion. Our judges are still deciding who will be cut, but while we wait for them to decide the fate of our finalists, let's check in with Jordan. She's standing by with Amber.
Thanks, Ross. I'm here with the hip-hop diva, Amber Lane. Amber, the judges had a lot of great feedback for you, so are you confident going into this next elimination?
I'm just so happy. I love performing. Performing's what I do, so at this point, I put it all out there. It's up to fate.
It is up to fate. We're very excited, and good luck in the elimination. Ross, let's see what the fate of these dancers is. Back.
Alrighty, thank you, Jordan. That was Amber Lane, the final performer. Our judges, they are almost ready to determine who will be eliminated. But first, let's take a final look back at how each of our remaining dancers did in the second round.
Rachel Lindsay, Taylor McMahon, Amber Lane,
Already, it is almost time to find out the winner of Emerson in Motion. First, let's have our dancers come back onto the stage together one last time so that our judges panel can see what each dancer has to say. Dancers, if you could join me on stage, please. We wanted to have this moment so that the judges could ask each of you one question. Betsy, first question.
What would winning Emerson in Motion mean for you?
And I'm going to have Amber answer that.
Winning Emerson in Motion would just help get my name out to the Emerson community. I'm a new student. It would be really great for people to know who I am.
All right, Heather?
I just wanted to know what you learned about yourself or as yourself as an artist through this process.
Why don't I have Rachel answer that?
I learned that I can really become something new that I've never experienced before in life. So it's something that I get to do without my everyday activity.
And finally, Mac, last question to Taylor.
I want to know, how did this experience actually make you a stronger dancer, just even for the future?
As a dancer, I've become stronger in how I communicate with those that I'm working with. Being with a new partner, as well as being handed a certain piece of music that I don't have control over, is something that would make me a stronger dancer.
Very well said, and as you mentioned, your ultimate career path, that is very important for you. Great interest for all three of you. Our contestants have been critiqued, but now it's finally time to determine who is the first of the final three to be going home empty-handed. The first contestant to be eliminated is Amber. I'm sorry, but tonight you will not be the winner of Emerson in Motion. Your night ends here.
Thank you.
Congratulations to her, though, for making it this far in the competition. She did a great job. So now there's only two, Rachel Lindsay and Taylor McMahon. Which one will be the winner of Emerson in Motion? We will find out after the break. Thanks for joining us. The moment you have all been waiting for is almost here. It's been quite a journey tonight. We began with 5 talented dancers. We saw 2 go home before the second round. Our remaining 3 had to choreograph under very difficult circumstances, and 1 has already been eliminated. Jordan is standing by with Amber.
Amber is doing great here. I'm standing here with her now, and there are 2 contestants still left. What do you think about them?
They're great. I kind of always knew it was going to come down to them, honestly, because their quality of movement is really beautiful, but different in their styles. I wish them both very good luck.
Great, and good luck to you in all of your dancing endeavors. Ross, back to you.
Thanks, Jordan. And once again, we would like to thank Amber for an amazing performance here tonight. But for now, it comes down to Rachel and Taylor. Before we make this decision, how has this experience been for both of you? Rachel, start us off.
I think it's created a new opportunity for me to really work with other people and work within bounds that I've never had to do before. So it's been enjoyable in the end.
And Taylor.
I think the experience was awesome, and the relationship that the 5 of us finalists have created throughout this whole process was really extraordinary.
Very well said by both of them, but at this point, there's nothing left to do but find out the winner of Emerson in Motion. Whoever it is, all the contestants here tonight should be very proud of what they have accomplished. Unfortunately, there can only be one winner. Rachel, Taylor, good luck. We started with 5 finalists and have narrowed it down to 2. The winner of Emerson in Motion is Taylor McMahon. Congratulations to Taylor. Rachel, unbelievable job.
Thank you.
But Taylor McMahon, you are the winner of Emerson in Motion. Tell us, how are you feeling?
I'm so excited. I just want to do a dance, but I already did for the last 90 minutes, so I'm tired.
As the winner of Emerson in Motion, you will be doing plenty more dancing during our spring showcase for the Emerson Dance Company and Emerson Urban Dance Theater. Get ready for those.
Yay, I'm very excited.
That ends everything for us tonight. For everyone with Emerson in Motion, I'm Ross Littman, wishing you a good night. This has been Emerson in Motion. Congratulations.